أهلا وسهلا بحضراتكم من جديد، كل متابعينا متابعي تلفزيون يوم السابع في كل مكان في هذه التغطية الخاصة، وهكون مع حضراتكم فيها هشام عبد التواب. من أيام اتفاجئ العالم كله بالإعلان عن شفاء أول مريض في العالم من مرض السكر باستخدام الخلايا الجذعية. طبعا الخبر ده كان بشرى سارة لكل مرضى السكر اللي حلمهم بالحقيقة التخلص بشكل نهائي من العلاج واستكمال حياتهم بدون استخدام الأنسولين. والحقيقة أنه منذ ما تم الإعلان عن براين شيلتون الأسبوع اللي فات بدأ زميلنا رامي نوار في أنه يدور بشكل مكثف جدا للوصول إلى براين عشان بالتأكيد نجري معاه لقاء ويحكي لنا ويحكي للناس كلها إزاي خف من مرض السكر اللي عانى منه سنين طويلة، أكتر من 40 سنة كان بيعاني منه. الحقيقة نجح زميلنا رامي نوار في الوصول إلى براين بعد أيام من البحث وإجراء عدد من الاتصالات مع المصادر المختلفة. احنا معاكم من هنا من تلفزيون يوم السابع بننفرد بهذا اللقاء الحصري مع المواطن الأمريكي براين شيلتون، أول شخص في العالم يشفى من مرض السكر باستخدام الخلايا الجذعية. Brian, thank you so much for being with us. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling fantastic.
Thank you so much, Brian, and thank you, Cindy, as well. She is your wife. She is with you right now. We would like to know more about your story, Brian. I know that you were diagnosed with diabetes at the age of 21. Tell me how
Yes.
actually you discovered it and how you dealt with it.
Well, in the beginning, it was really rough. And recently, like this year, I got it when I was 21 years old. I'm now 65 years old. And this whole time, I have challenged every single day of waking up, of walking, of just staying awake. And I would constantly pass out. I would seize, and it was just very difficult to live. So we were offered the chance to have this surgery done with the stem cells. And since that day, I haven't had to take any insulin.
Yes, I will continue what happened after the surgery, but I want to know first, what was the hardest moment that you have been through?
The hardest?
The hardest moment you've been through?
Well, since the surgery.
No, before
the surgery, just remaining awake. And I mean, like, I would be at work or walking and just pass out and start seizing. And you know what I mean by seizing?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And like I would be walking in the street. I delivered the mail, and I would end up being woken up by somebody because I was passed out in their front yard and seizing. And I didn't know what to do with that. It was really scary. I thought that was the end of me. I really didn't know I was going to continue on with the living thing. So all of a sudden, my wife discovered this program that they were offering and talking about diabetes, type 1 diabetes. It focused right in on that. And we went to the hospital and they accepted us. And we decided that the only thing that I could do was the surgery because of how serious my problem was. And it took one night. You know, I got to the hospital. We did some checking as far as health issues and my what was it, the treadmill. I did some running and lifting, and they decided that I would be able to do the surgery. And then when we did the surgery, the next day, and this is true, the next day I woke up, my sugar level was 123, and I didn't take any insulin, and it was perfect for the entire day. and it was doing it on its own. My body was doing what a normal person would be doing. It
Perfect. And that was after the surgery, right after the surgery, right?
right a day after.
The day after the surgery. And
Yes,
actually, when did you start this life-changing, I will call it life-changing clinical trial to you?
June of this year, and we were in a program that was specializing in this
in Boston.
illness, like doing the insulin stuff.
Yes.
And anyway, we were in there for like 14 days. Is that right?
About, yeah.
We were in the hospital for 14 days, learning everything that needed to be done, and they did the surgery in one night. I went to sleep as a diabetic,
Yeah.
and I woke up as a human. And if you know what I mean, it's amazing.
Yes.
My numbers are perfect. I'm able to get up and walk, and I could just like do things like a normal person can do. If you rake your backyard, that's like a project that was impossible for me to do for a while. And now I can walk 2 miles by myself, and I know where I'm going. I was starting to get to the point where I didn't even know where I had to go. Okay.
And from June to now, do you still need to take any insulin doses or any other medications for type 1 diabetes?
The only medication I'm taking is that
Immunosuppressants.
immunodepressant.
The anti-rejection pills.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yes, indeed.
that's the most important thing, and basically that's the only important thing right now. And since then, no, as far as insulin, we haven't had to buy one bottle of insulin since I've been out of the hospital, and I was taking
Probably 60 units a day.
like 60 units a day. Now I don't take any.
Perfect. Perfect. Amazing
And you know what?
results.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah, Brian. Yeah, Brian, go ahead.
Saying,
Can you see this? Where
Yeah.
Okay. I just push that button, and up here comes up where my blood
bring it
sugar is.
closer.
Yeah.
Okay. And that says 162. I haven't taken any insulin today. I've had dinner last night and didn't take any insulin. And this afternoon, when this is all done, I'll probably eat again. But it's like I try to eat in control. I don't like overdo too much, because I've lived through the point where I think just eating was attacking me. So right now, 161 is a number that didn't even exist
6
when
months
I
ago.
was in the diabetic mode.
Yeah.
I would wake up in the morning at 300, and sometimes I'd be out in the outside in the streets walking, and my number would be so high it would be almost 400, that I'd have to like sit down and wait for somebody to come get me home. And I only live, maybe an hour, a mile away, and that's something I should be able to walk to anytime I want to.
Yes.
Anybody in the world would say that. So I was at a really bad point when they finally came over and we talked about getting this implant thing. And obviously I'm living a whole new world. I feel like I'm alive, and I feel like I'm going to live. And it's just a simple surgery, a simple operation. And I'm saying simple because it is. It was one night. They gave me an
Infusion.
They put the
Stem cells in
the
infusion.
stem cells in my pupil, where my belly button is,
In your liver.
and it's like less than an inch, a
Look at the
less than
camera.
an inch hole,
Look at the camera.
Yeah.
and now everything is working. You look at my stomach and you can't even tell that I had surgery, and it's just I'm like in shock. I'm amazed, and I'm so proud of God and of my doctors.
And I think you are very grateful to be at this stage. I know you have been suffering for more than 40 years, but now here we go. You are amazingly healthy, right?
Yes, I am.
So, did you have any other patients with you who had the same clinical trial with you?
This is like the first time anyone's even heard of it,
Yeah.
and so that's going to be great. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people praying about it and talking about it and giving each other information. And I hope that this gets out to the world, and it would be incredible. Not just me being excited, but the world will be
Yes.
excited. The group.
I want to ask you, Cindy, as well. How is it seeing Brian going through all of this, and now he is at this stage? He is healthy. How is it for you? I know you have been working with him, helping him throughout this stage.
It's actually pretty amazing to watch. It was difficult. He'd gotten to a point. Um, Apparently, with this disease, when you're younger, like in your 30s, you don't get quite as severe reactions to your blood sugar swings. But the older you get, it definitely hits you harder. And it was
Yeah.
tough. I mean, the going low and the seizures were just it was exhausting for both of us. And you all you did was monitor 24/7. So
Yes.
when we came across this clinical trial going on in Boston, I said, we've got nothing to lose. Let's send in your information and try it.
Yes.
And and now, I mean, it's like, as you can see, he's excited about it. He's happy. It's like I said, it's like it opened a door to a whole new life for him.
Yes.
It's not, you don't go outside and your blood sugar drops and you have to run out there with a bottle of orange juice.
So
It doesn't happen anymore, and it's wonderful.
yes, exactly. It's really wonderful, and it gives hope to a lot of people
I hope
around the
so.
world. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, I am sure that, and every time we go to Boston now, we're probably once every 3 months, so they can do some blood draws, they do some ultrasounds, and they're still recruiting. And I am sure that no matter where somebody lived, if they fit the criteria, they would get them there
Yes.
and do
Yes.
this surgery on them, because Dr. Melton really wants to put an end to this. He's the one that developed the cells and spent 20 years developing these islet cells, because his two children were diagnosed with type 1. And I know that he would want nothing more than to get rid of this this terrible thing.
Yes.
Please.
Exactly.
It is. And the older you get, you start getting all the side effects, the vision, the bad circulation, the coronary, you could have stroke, you could have heart attack, neuropathy. It's terrible. And the older you get, it just piles on, and it's no
Yes.
fun.
What do you actually want to do next?
I think the most important and the one thing that I've been talking about since is I want to live. I'm going to live, and I'm not going to let this thing tear me down. And if you asked me that question 2 months ago, I wouldn't have that same answer. So I'm looking forward to living and enjoying my life, me and Cindy together, and the cats, of course.
Yeah, you have 8 cats. Yes.
8 cats, yeah.
8 cats. Thank you so much, Brian. Thank you so much, Cindy, for being with us. Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
You know, I've been waiting a long time to say this, but welcome to the United States and welcome to our house. Anytime you want to talk again, we'll be here.
Sure thing, Brian. Thank you so much for the invitation, and I'm very overwhelmed to hear this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you so much. شكرا جزيلا كمان لكل متابعينا متابعي تلفزيون يوم السابع. احنا بنشكر براين، أول شخص في العالم يتم شفائه من مرض السكر باستخدام الخلايا الجذعية، كان معانا في لقاء حصري على تلفزيون اليوم السابع. في ختام اللقاء كمان بنشكر بالتأكيد زميلنا رامي نوار على دوره الكبير في إعداد هذا اللقاء، وكنت مع حضراتكم هشام عبد التواب. شكرا جزيلا ليكم وإلى اللقاء.